stream on Kumi.
And that was the first thing said on stream. Okay,
Yep.
welcome everyone. We are back once again with the party. You can see them to my right, here where you can see the players. We've got Trent up in the top, then
Yo.
Cameron, then Chaston, and then Cook, joined by the poor girl he captured. She's been sending SOS, but none of us are close enough, so...
I mean, I gave her the idea of the lemon squares.
Yep.
Best I can do right now.
But we come back to the party joining us for a video call, because for some reason this has become the new norm, and for some reason this is getting more views on YouTube. Alright. So, last time we left off, the party didn't manage to do much besides watch Falbin get molested by a giant elephant. In all honesty... the party, having spent the night at the brothel, or as they call it, the Whores Union, yes, there's going to be plenty of questions afterwards, and I will be happy to keep the stream going for any questions. As the party spent the night at the Whores Union as it was being developed, Vasul and Voss got two separate rooms, setting themselves up comfortably, while Falbin decided to spend the night out in the stables in his wagon. Unfortunately, this would lead to Falbin discovering the loss of all of his goods, as well as he ran into to warn the party after noticing suspicious guards arriving. He managed to get himself knocked out and captured by said guards, while they also ran off with all of his goods. Voss managed to traumatize a poor man, flying at him with giant angel wings with his long beard, basically, and angry, charging with a hammer. The scariest thing you'll ever see as a human guard, and lands full of humans. After that, as the party kind of recuperated, got themselves set up, they debated on going and saving Falbin, finally coming to the conclusion that it was worth checking out the mercenary company that they would find out being called the Black Guard. Upon arriving at the Black Guard's main campsite, poor Vasul would find out that they were led by a rather large Loxodon, even compared to him, who was setting up a new territory for the Loxodon on an island that had just recently come out of the sea. By agreeing to rejoin his fellow Loxodon in the near future, the Black Guard decided to let Falbin go with his basic magic items and any gear he had on him, although he did not get to keep his backpack or any of the gear from his wagon or his horses. At this point, as the session was ending, the party...
Jerry and Phil.
Yep. At this point, as the party was coming to a close for the session, the party decided to head towards the Crimson City to discover more artifacts of the Loxodon kind, as well as learn about what happened to Queen Adara and where she might be. Party, however, is making a first small stop at Raphael, where poor Falbin has to convince his old boss to give him another wagon and another group of horses. We come back to the party having just entered into the city of Raphael, as it is about midday. It's been about a week on the road. You weren't able to really train much as you kind of had to hoof it the whole time. Upon arrival, you see off in the distance a group of humans kind of surrounding some sort of creature. From what you can tell, seems to be a little bit stranger colored skin coming in with, I believe it's purple skin, is that correct? Tren?
It's like a purple-gray. It's more gray than purple. It's just a slight purple hue.
Gotcha. I just opened meme chat on stream, and I regret it. And now the movie's been on my stream. Woo! Like, that's
no
the first time.
monetization for this on YouTube.
Listen, all of the time fuckers and Grim Legacy had the movie. Never forget the Moby, the most powerful weapon that shoots grease on demand from the tip.
It shoots grease and lube.
It does.
That's what the grease is.
Yeah. As the party arrives, upon seeing this, the humans seem to be surrounding and kind of yelling at, as Vasul has decided to turn off his camera for embarrassment reasons.
Get back here, you coward.
You're getting called out by Cameron right now. Shit.
Cook is being... Cameron is trying to climb this ladder and prove that Cook is
You
below
want
him.
me?
The competition starts. Who will climb the ladder tonight?
Hey. Fine.
Someone's got to eventually
It's
overtake Wolf
definitely
as
not
my
gonna
right
be me,
hand.
but I'm just gonna drag everybody else down with me.
Hey, you'll
Ouch.
never go as far down as Fuka did.
Coward, get back here, camera on.
Nah, he wants a makeout session while he listens to my lovely voice. It really sets the mood.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
so
soothing
much
voice.
you can do behind a closed camera.
So true. But yes, as we return, the party having arrived here after a week of travel, with the day being midday, the summer heat still affecting you all. You've been able to get some decent sleep on the roads. Thankfully, most of them have been well patrolled. Not many merchants were out, as you noticed. The closer and closer you got to the city of Raphael. Remembering that Raphael is still not ran by any sort of noble, and is still an open trade territory currently. So the king has not set anything up, from what all of you know, based on Falbin. So yes, what would you all like to do? Besides Cook now suddenly swaying his hair for all of us to
So he's
see.
being surrounded, right?
Falbin
Mhm.
looks very depressed. He's gonna just walk with Vasul.
Okay.
What did I do wrong?
Voss is gonna see why.
Where
this,
did I go wrong?
Whatever it is, being surrounded.
Okay.
Don't worry, my little friend. We all make mistakes. We must simply just move forward and make
Yeah,
better-
but not everybody else's mistakes gets them kidnapped.
Or
Well,
So
actually,
Voss will walk and see what's happening.
Vasul would know. Okay. So Voss, as you walk over, you see these humans all kind of surrounding what looks to be, well, actually, give me a history check to see if you know what this is.
Don't do this to me.
I told you, first roll of the night, you're gonna roll history.
Chaston
I
really.
gotta watch this. I gotta watch this.
16.
Okay, decent roll.
Wow!
The highest roll he's had in
Maybe
session.
I'll actually hit
No,
something tonight with one of my actually good
I rolled
things.
it off camera before the game. I rolled a nat 20 history. You missed it.
Yep.
Yeah,
which
no,
is-
I'm still not
History
getting
enough for
anything. This
himself.
is gonna be great.
You got a -1 to hit, Falbin. I don't know.
He
Um,
does.
So, yes, Voss, as you look down, kind of moving your way and wiggling your way through these humans, I mean, you're a wider dwarf, and you've definitely gained a lot more muscle throughout your travels from your scholarly days. You're able to kind of push some of the humans aside, as most of them are just commoners, it looks like. And you see lying there, would you like to introduce your character, Tren?
Hello there. Hi, everyone.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm Tren, and today I will be playing my half-orc fighter barbarian named Aiden. He is a bald man
8
with grayish skin, more like a purple-gray hue. And he's got green eyes, and he's around 5'4" and 180 pounds.
And I will note, with your history check, Voss, yeah, I know, I thought the same thing, that Aiden is very, very short for his species. Like, unless his other half is a gnome or a halfling, this gentleman is very short.
Voss is nothing if not respectable.
Um,
He's not gonna say anything.
Cameron, you should call him out.
So Voss,
No.
so what's he? Is he just standing there? Or is he
No,
like,
he's
has
kind of
no
sitting
energy for
there, with his backpack and his gear all set up. He looks like he's an adventurer of some sort. You don't notice anything really in particular about him, but the commoners keep surrounding him and staring at him.
My friends, why are you surrounding this fine man? For what reason?
Well, you see one of the humans suddenly kick him.
Okay, that.
All right, who the fuck did that?
Nice.
No.
Which one of you fuckers did that? I get up. I immediately get
Falbin
up. Which
just
one?
runs up and starts
As
diddling on his pan flute
As-
because he needs to calm them down.
as you stand up, you hear off in the distance from one of the humans on the other side of the crowd go, "Shorty!"
Which one of you? I'm running toward the sound and I'm fucking tackling
As-
that bitch.
As you charge, kind of shoving people out of the way, you see as there's a small child standing there where you heard the voice come from.
Was that fucking you? Was that
Child-
you?
No, good sir. I was just coming to see what was going on. I'm here to make a couple coins. As he pulls out a small pouch. Please don't hurt me.
I'm gonna give him a gold piece.
All right, go ahead and remove a gold piece from your inventory. And then he points at you and calls, "You are short," and runs off.
Grabbing him, I'm grappling. Reaction grapple.
Give me a dexterity check to see if you can catch this kid.
Oh god. Can I give him disadvantage because we don't need
No.
someone murdering a child?
Hold on. I would like to flying tackle, and I mean flying literally this order.
Are you
Can
gonna...
I reaction vicious mockery him?
No. Voss, how... You just gonna sprout wings in the middle of this crowd and go flying towards him?
Oh god.
If that's what I have to do.
Okay.
Child.
I'm giving Vasul. I'm giving Voss bardic inspiration. He can add a d6 to his next ability check.
I gotta go do something with technology really quick.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah, technology.
Yeah.
She's gonna stay here just to prove that nothing's happening.
Quickly, play his character for him. Make Vasul amazing.
Watch something. Oh, okay. Oh, he's leaving the room. He is leaving her in charge. Oh, no. All right. Now we can say all we want on stream. For those who don't know, the woman that Cook kidnapped is now free. Temporarily. So, as I was saying, yes, as you go flying towards him, you see as this shorter orc goes, or half orc, goes to grab the child, and as soon as he goes to grab the child, ducks under his hand and runs off, disappearing into one of the back alleys.
You little shit,
And
I'll find you eventually.
Aiden, you just suddenly feel like a very hefty person with a very long beard suddenly grabbing you in the back.
My friend, I understand that they insulted you, but violence is not the answer against a child.
Who the fuck are you?
As you turn around to see this rather chubbier dwarf, but rather muscular for his build. In your experience, Aiden, though, most of the dwarves you've met are thinner and tend to be a little taller. So he seems to be also very short for his species.
Falbin's walking up with Vasul behind him at this point.
Okay.
Why are you here right now, bothering me? I mean, these people have been harassing me all day.
Yeah, I had to help wait for you. Then you started chasing a child.
Alright.
Maybe the child should watch what he's saying.
To give you a hand, and then you kind of just ran off. So, I mean,
The heck is going on?
As you suddenly see as this I believe half-elf, right?
Yeah.
As you see
Half-elf.
this half-elf walk over Aiden, he looks very weak.
the skinniest half elf you've ever seen.
Yeah. Hey, honestly, Aiden, if you could ever describe an average elf or half-elf, this would be what you're looking at.
Why do you smell like shit?
I crap myself. I was kidnapped, and I haven't used much to clean myself up recently.
What I can tell about you, that tracks so
You
far.
suddenly also see a very, like an 8-foot tall Loxodon standing behind him. This is one of the first Loxodons you've seen. You've seen the statue in the city at the fountain, but you've never seen a Loxodon in person.
While they start talking, I press to chase myself clean
Okay.
and better smelling,
Most
so
of
that
the-
Naza doesn't kill me.
Most of the commoners leave.
I do the same thing to Voss and Vasul, making them smell nicer, and cleaned up the dirt on them.
That's a big fella you got there. As I point to the
Vasul, you see this very short creature that looks like a really, rather kind of plumper human to you.
Hi, young man.
I'm going to use a magic item because I want it to rank up eventually. Even though it doesn't really do anything right now.
Could you repeat? Could you repeat that?
Young man.
I
How old are you?
you do
No,
look
that's
younger.
That is fair. Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah, my friend, he calls everyone young because he is 150.
It's fair. That is a fair point.
But yeah, I'm gonna flip the point of decisionary and ask, is today gonna be a good day? Because I want it to rank up eventually.
As you flip it, you see it flips to the answer no.
No.
Well, no, not an option, so I'm doing the thing. Brand appeal, got it. Brand appeal.
But, yep. Alright. So as you lot are kind of standing there, you are at the center fountain, because the fountain is pretty close to the gate. Most of the commoners kind of tend to walk around these areas.
You know what? I'm gonna look at him a bit more scrutinizingly, and I'm gonna roll investigation on this. Crap.
You want to
Pet
investigate
fork.
Okay.
Yeah. How does he look like he'd be good as a guard?
Alright, go ahead and roll.
I am also going to be using my detective intuition, which means I add a D4.
Okay. That
You
works.
it?
You
So,
might actually
So a
get
20,
decent-
a D20 plus a D4. Why is there 2 D20s? What have you done?
That's always a good question.
well, just you
Did
take
it?
the first one, so the first one's a 4.
Now go ahead and roll the 20 properly.
Roll it properly.
Yeah, I don't know why it did that.
I really want to make a D20 joke, but you.
It's not worth it.
13.
All right. So as you look, yeah, he looks to be a lot buffer than your average commoner. I mean, he looks like he's seen combat.
What were you
What's
rolling
your
for?
name, sir?
He's doing insight to see if he was a decent
No,
bodyguard.
cool.
investigation.
Investigation.
I have an 18 passive investigation. What do I know?
Yeah, he looks very experienced and skilled.
Falvin looks him over and goes, "Would you work as a guard for me?"
I mean, I don't see why not. What's the pay?
Whatever you manage to earn from whatever you kill, you keep what you kill.
You're offering.
What's my
As
pay?
well-
Whatever you earn is your pay.
Never roll intelligence.
Yeah. Aiden, please roll intelligence check.
Can I roll a charisma check against this?
Yeah, you know what? I'll let you because I know you have a -1.
No, I have a +2 to charisma.
Oh wow, you're only decent.
Gee.
Still.
Ooh.
That's a 9.
Yeah, Aiden, this seems like a good
My
deal.
my passive insight is.
No, this
13.
was an intelligence check to see if this is something you understand.
Even if this, even against your passive insight, I
He's
beat
still
it.
higher. He got higher.
Yeah, this seems like a good deal. Surprisingly, this is the best deal you've had in the human lands.
Sounds like a good deal, but what's the pay?
Why no? That's not how it works.
You just asked that question, my friend. I've already answered that.
Sure, but what if we don't get anything, any actual earnings?
Then I cover your room and board and food, and you still get to travel. Plus, if someone goes missing
That's
for
it.
making
No,
fun of certain
Covering
features
room
on
and board
you,
for everything is kind of fair enough.
Yeah, room and board is fine.
There
Room
you
board, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Could have held out. I was about to pay you. Well,
All right.
well
So
then follow us to my.
as you
friend's
turn, you
place.
see the shop. Naza's shop is gone.
Son of a.
well, I guess you're buying a new cart.
Yeah, where her shop was seems to be a very nice designed restaurant. On the sign, you see it's a picture of a crab, and in the center of it, it reads KF.
Yeah.
I looked for one of the locals that would know where Nazir's shop went, because
I mean-
I've been here long enough.
It's a well-known shop. I mean, pretty much any commoner, and there's plenty walking around. Is there any specific kind of commoner you're looking for?
Someone who seems more magically inclined, given the nature of Naza's
Oh, right,
items.
All right, give me an Arcana check.
21.
Oh wow.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So Aiden has magic. Voss has no magic.
I'm wearing a lot of magic things.
Yeah, he's wearing magical things. Vasul definitely magical. You realize it's just his presence every time he
I
comes
myself
into
am
a room.
magical.
Yeah. But you don't sense any mages or wizards in the area.
Screw it, I'll walk up to one of the town guard.
Okay. As you go walking back towards the wall where you last saw some guards, one of the guards kind of comes over, just stuntier human, about Aiden's height, and he kind of looks at you and goes, "Can I help you?"
I was looking for Naza's shop. Do you know where it went? That restaurant seems to have taken its place.
Naza, no. Oh, the woman who joined the Whores Union.
She did what now?
I love the fact that Cook's head immediately.
Succubus. Kidding.
He goes,
It's fair. It's fair.
yeah,
Succubus.
yeah.
I mean, that makes sense for her, but she did what now?
Sir, I told you already. She joined the Whores Union.
Which city did she get sent to?
I mean, I don't think any person could be, or any person of her caliber could be sent somewhere.
Sullivan, I have a question for you. Come here.
They've euthanized.
Sullivan, come here, please.
I go back to Voss.
No.
About how much will it cost you to get a wagon, a couple horses, and enough goods to sell again to start making money?
I would probably price that given the wagon I had was custom, but going without the customizations.
Wagon will cost you. Let me pull it up here. I actually have that.
35 gold.
Yeah, it's 35 gold for a normal one, and 2 horses, draft horses specifically, are about 50 gold apiece.
So
It'd be
130.
about 5 for the wagon and horses, and then for just regular goods, going with rations, blankets, and whatnot, I could probably outfit it for another 200-300.
Or you can get 2 war horses for 800 gold pieces and a wagon.
No.
It's not like you guys aren't made of money at this point. Goddamn.
2 of you are filthy, stinking rich.
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
You know we
Vasul doesn't know that.
I have enough money to get the wagon.
Just let me count my cash. I'll come up with more.
Alright.
If you promise to owe me a few favors that I can call in whenever, I will pay to get yourself restocked and rebuilt to start again.
Someone's joining.
Well,
the
I thought
conversation.
I thought we were gonna work out a contract first, since you two agreed to fund.
That's after we get you your starting things. That's to set up a shop later.
All right. I think I know where we can go get them, and I might be able to also work out a deal. I'm not gonna promise that though.
All right, lead the way.
I start leading around to the places around the city for me to pick up the goods in bulk, as well as the horses and wagon first.
So a horse and wagon shop will be outside the city because most of them, have their horses in their shop.
gotta go with that.
So you'll be looking for a stable shop. As far as the rest of your gear, what kind of gear are you looking for?
I will pick up rations, extra rations,
Okay.
any food keeping stuff that I could sell easily to inns and whatnot, as along with liquor.
Okay.
Blankets, bedding, and clothes as well will go quickly.
Give me a second.
As well as possibly hunting goods, since we are traveling lands that tend to have good wild game.
When you say hunting goods, that could mean a lot of things.
Bear
Traps.
trap, bait.
Traps and rope.
Okay. That makes this
bear
easy.
trap.
As well as I'd want to get a few days of horse feed. That way we aren't starving the horses or trying to have them just graze for food, because that can lead to problems in their diet.
That's also true. Let me pull up something real quick. It takes a fucking while to load.
While I give him the money to do so, which I'll deduct from my gold after he buys everything he needs.
Mhm.
Are there any other magic item shops in this town other than Naz's shop?
You don't know. You can get a chance
What's
to really
all-
explore.
Oh, then you're
What-
from here.
What I know?
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh,
no.
son of a- That's a 0. I've forgotten. I went through traumatic things. I've forgotten for right now.
Falbin, you don't remember your name? You don't remember who you
I
are?
rolled to remember
He's
all the
zoned out for a little while I'm doing calculations
Vasul
poorly.
wants to roll to remember his name.
Vasul, please roll intelligence check. Sure, why
To
not?
remember Albin's name. You got it.
8.
You remember this elf's name started with an F. You don't remember much else.
There-
Oh, it goes with an F.
You remember it starts with an F because all you kept thinking was, wow, he's a failure when you're dealing with that big Loxodon.
No, I got this. DM, I wrote his name in my book. I'm opening it and looking. You're like, oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's not written in there anymore, surprisingly. It seems that the universe has basically said no now.
Mother-
Like,
How do you roll a
an
0?
excellent deal, and
Yeah,
I have
everyone
a
got his name.
-1 to intelligence checks.
Man,
It is 1, so you get
that's...
0.
I'm gonna be
I'll try
honest, Aiden.
There we go.
There are better options to serve, man. Go find another person to be a mercenary for. You'll make more money.
He's a mercenary for my scholarly.
I keep thinking and try again to give Voss an answer there.
Okay. Okay. So as far as magic shops though, yeah, you don't remember any others in the city that would sell anything of use outright. However,
If you want some useless ones, there's a small one somewhere.
so question real quick. How much are you or what type of horses are you trying to get?
I'm just getting basic draft horses, something that can
Okay,
pull a lot of
50
weight, but not.
We need endurance, not speed.
So that'll
Yeah.
be for the wagon and horses. It's gonna run in total about 100 GP, and that includes feed. And as far as general equipment, I mean, hunter's gear and stuff like that. Give me a moment. There's not a hunter's gear thing. Oh, well, girlfriend left. Smart woman.
She's getting her stuff. She has to leave.
Yeah, smart woman.
It's traps, hunting traps. I'd want to have at least 3 hunting traps to sell. Those go for 25 gold apiece, so I'd be able to pick them up properly for that. And then rope.
So as you kind of go looking around, we'll start with the just the general shopping. So as you guys go to the center market, Aiden, you've gotten a little bit of exploration, just not a ton while you've been here. As you find the market, you find a bunch of salesmen, and one of them catches your attention, Falbin, as someone who has what looks to be a magic item literally written on his side. It says "magic items for sale." And he looks to be an actual orc, like an actual green orc. Well, he's about 6 foot tall, well muscled, in full on studded leather gear, as well as wearing commoner's clothing. And he kind of looks at you and goes, "Good sir, are you looking to buy something? I have many a things for sale. I have many a things I've bought off puny creatures."
I am looking to buy.
I'm looking for magic things. Yeah, let's go.
I have items such as Dream Lily. I have Drow Poison. I have.
You know, I can utilize those as well to make other things.
I have an elephant for sale.
Boss would like to know how much the Dream Lily is.
He looks about and says, I will buy. I mean, I'll sell it to you for. A small vial for 100 gold pieces.
That's a lot.
I'm gonna. Wait a minute. I know that's overpriced.
Falbin, what'd you say, Vasul?
The elephant. I can ride on that, right?
Yes.
How much does the elephant cost?
He looks at you and goes, 2,000 GP. It was a long trek to get that thing here.
None.
He looks at
You're
you.
paying to
Wait, really?
eat it.
He kind of seems shocked.
I look at him and be like, "You're overcharging, aren't you?"
Of course he is. It ain't that expensive.
He nods.
Wait, he's overcharging me? Alright, what's the price then?
Roll intelligence, my friend.
Yeah, let's see your intelligence check.
3,000 GP.
Well, Alvin knows he's being overcharged.
Vasul, you think...
17?
17. I thought...
Vasul
okay.
rolled 17.
Falbin, you think that he's undercharging. But Vasul, you're not really experienced with elephants. You've never really seen one in your time. You know what they are, generally by the fact that everyone keeps calling you one. But, you figure, that 2,000 GP is a lot for an elephant. They're probably, you imagine someone selling a Loxodon slave's a lot cheaper.
As someone who's seen an elephant and watched Snicknez rip the trunk off of one, this is not a good deal.
That is true.
So how much would the elephant really be worth?
He looks at you for a second and goes, 1,800 GP.
Can I roll persuasion to get him to cut that in half?
You can go ahead and try.
Try.
How are you going to persuade him?
With a 13, are you sure it's worth that to you? We're not too far from their homeland, I don't think.
He looks at you and goes, "Are you assuming that this man is an elephant? Good sir, that is racism. I will not allow that at my store. You are banned."
No, I wasn't referring to...
No, you are banned, good sir. You are not allowed back at this shop.
I'll give you 1,200.
He looks at Vasul and goes, "I refuse your offer. It's too cheap."
1,200.
Yeah, that's not the only thing in here that's cheap.
He looks at Aiden and goes, "Given your size, I'm not surprised."
Oh no!
Excuse me?
He smiles for a moment and goes, "You heard me, short one."
Do you know who
I ain't part of this. I ain't part of this noise.
He introduces himself. "My name is Gotthold of the Storm Clan.
Oh no!
Do you wish to fight me, young one?"
Do I know who that is? Does the boss know who that is?
You can roll a history check to see if you recognize the name.
Please give me a good roll. That's a 15.
Yeah, Gotthold is actually one of the prominent members of his clan. He's also really well known for slaying a small horde of Yuan-Ti-Tarrasque half-breeds. Like, single-handedly.
I like this man.
You don't know that. Only I do.
I know you know, but I like this man.
He is also, you do notice, carrying a great axe that is slightly on fire.
Falben's gonna look around and find some studded leather
I
while
would
they're
like to,
doing
can I
this.
roll,
Okay.
For himself.
persuasion to convince him to sell me the elephant. 1,500.
Okay, go ahead and roll persuasion. And how are you going to persuade him?
I think it's worth 1,500.
Okay.
I'm giving the help action. Try your best.
All right, let's find it.
Wait. Bonus action. You're inspired now too.
Okay.
You're inspired as well.
So
I'm
you get an
also
extra
inspired.
D6.
Uh,
Roll a D6 and add it to it.
Alright, one more time for advantage, so you can get higher.
Gets advantage.
You get to add a D4 to that 16.
D6.
D6 because of his bardic levels, yeah.
So then a D6.
6 on top of that 16.
Yep.
So, okay.
21.
Man looks at you and goes, here, actually, let me roll for him to see if he actually can, how smart he is. You'd be happy to hear he only has a +2. He looks at you, for you, 1,000 gold.
Oh.
You know what? Thank you, kind sir. I will take that.
Okay, you
Now,
can remove
plus you got a
1,000
good-
gold and add a elephant to your inventory.
DM, I am opening up my belt pouch of useless items.
Fuck
I'll
you.
do it later. I'll do it later, I promise.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna have to get the table here.
I'll do it later.
But alright. Okay. So, as you go about for the studded leather, Falbin.
Yeah, I'm just looking for something basic. It doesn't need to be magical. Would I
Uh,
prefer it to be? Probably, but...
For non-magical, you see a small shop owner selling one for 45 gold pieces. For magical, give me a moment to see.
I probably can't afford magical anyways, not without trading off something I have.
I can if you ask nicely.
I feel like you're insinuating something there. Give me a moment to see if I can find how much.
Honestly, boss is willing to pay a little bit to keep him alive.
That's fair. Yeah, as far as it goes for studded leather, let me just find the enchant, what they have available on my thing.
Yeah. Well, Aiden's gonna get stand up with God Hold. I'm gonna go follow Fallen.
So they have something, they have, a thing of studded leather that is, acid resistant, and then they have normal. That's pretty much it. They also have a thing of smoldering. It seems to have a slight bit of smoke rising from it, but you're not sure why.
How much is the acid, the resistant one?
He looked, the shopkeep being a normal, just general human, looks at you and goes, I'll sell it to you for 80 gold pieces.
Honestly, for how much money I have, yeah, I'll pay 80. That's fine.
Alright, you can go ahead and add, studded leather that is, acid resistant.
So leather, acid resistance, and
Take Fallen. Go ahead.
There you go.
Falben puts it on quickly because
Alright,
he
you
can't
suddenly
attune
feel
to it
less...
right now.
You finally feel like you're, resistant to acid. And by feel it, you suddenly feel like you could dive into a pool and not die for some reason. Because that's normal human emotion. As far as it goes,
And then I go about to procure everything else slowly.
Vasul, was there anything you wanted to buy with the elephant, Vasul?
Falben would have told you to make sure that you get barding so you can actually steer the thing.
And you do need food for it as well.
Yeah. How much would that cost me?
He looks at you and says, barding, I'll tell you what, I've got some, studded leather for 45 gold pieces.
Barding is just the mantle bit that they hold in their mouth. That's not armor.
I know.
Yeah, but he's still smart enough to know that. He's never heard of it.
Alright, yeah. Alright, that's good. And how much for maybe some rations for him?
He looks at you and goes, feed is, for 10 pounds is about 5 copper pieces for you. I'll do 1 silver piece.
How much would I get if I gave you a piece of gold?
How much?
He looks at you and goes, 100 days of feed. It's just basically, looks like it's wheat or some sort of hay.
Alright, we'll take it.
He nods and goes, okay, so you can remove another gold piece and you can add 100 pounds of feed to your inventory.
Oh god.
Hey, he's got an elephant to carry all that now.
Yeah, the barding technically can't have saddlebags.
Nope. But an elephant can. Because there are saddles. But Vasul has decided to be like a true man is going to wear this with no saddle and feel his balls get crushed. Because if you've ever gone saddleless on a horse, it's not a comfortable feeling.
It's worse than an elephant because I've ridden on one.
So for this feed, it won't let me go above 10.
For
feed, putting like a mount.
here, let me fix it. I'll update your character.
Why don't you just feed into
You can just add it into your other possessions and say, so much feed.
100 days of feed.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, I can also just add it.
Yeah, just go shove it in his inventory.
Do I need to put like barding in my inventory or?
Yeah.
Alright.
It'll be on your elephant or whatever you're using. Give me a moment to find where the feed just went, because this thing never updates.
I'll be surprised if this elephant lasts more than 2 sessions, I'm going to be honest.
Okay. Anyways,
Barding is armor.
Class. We know that.
okay. So as you continue shopping around, what else are you looking for, Falbin?
The basic things that I listed off though for the rope, the hunting traps, rations,
So I'm gonna say all
clothes,
together,
blanket, and everything.
you're looking at about 100 gold pieces for all the equipment. I won't make you haggle through all of it.
I make sure to get it all, and I ask Vasul kindly
Kinky.
if we can load it up onto his elephant until we get the wagon and horses.
So
Alright,
try to get 100 more.
Sure, of course.
He nods and goes, okay. Alright.
100 more.
Okay. As, you lot, or as you get all of your gear, now you have an elephant, so you don't actually have to go buy, horses to pull a wagon.
That's up to Vasul. He paid for the elephant. If he wants to pull the cart, he can.
True.
What else do you for?
Aiden, you're watching all this, and this man just called you short.
I look back at Aiden. Remember, you're working for us now. If you attack somebody randomly, especially a merchant, it's going to look bad on the company.
I'm going to put a hand on Fulvin. Well, technically, we haven't done the contract work yet because we just met him, so...
True.
As of now, you have no choice.
And I haven't even gotten a single pay from you.
Gotthold looks at Aiden and goes, traditional orc greeting, as he pulls out his his great axe with that's starting to smolder a bit.
Traditional dwarven greeting as I pull out a thing of mead.
He ignores you.
And the barrels of alcohol as well.
What is traditional orc greeting?
Killing each other.
Killing each other.
Yeah, committing murder is traditional orc greeting. I suggest the traditional elvish greeting of throwing berries at each other, but that might not work.
Great, get some alcohol. Let's go.
That's pansy shit. What?
Dwarvish greeting. We drink. We drink and we drunkenly fight.
I mean, this guy definitely is stronger than you. You can definitely tell that.
Sure.
But how much?
I'm good.
He nods and puts away his axe and goes, "Thought so, small one." I can feel
And
it.
Gold not hold winning.
I walk up to Aiden, I whisper in his ear, if he gets strong enough, working for me, you can come back and chop off his head.
10 gold on Godhold. As of right now.
Gotthold hears
I was-
nothing.
We rolled to see if he could hear, and he failed.
Well, as you, Aiden, are you gonna be doing anything else?
I mean, I'm just following along with these guys for a while. I have nothing I really want to buy.
Okay.
I mean, how long are we staying here?
I mean,
How long are you guys staying here?
Not long.
Well, we came to see Naza because we needed to ask her about Queen Adara, but
But Naza isn't here, so...
Do I know anybody by the name of Naza?
roll a history check.
Oh,
Probably now.
I'm amazing at I get it too.
Still a higher roll than Chasten's first.
No, it's not.
No,
It
it's
is
a
now.
higher roll than my intelligence check a few minutes ago.
At least, always.
As you think about it, you remember hearing about a woman who joined the Horse Union recently. I mean, otherwise, no one by that name.
Yeah, I know nothing about him.
Yeah, well.
Um,
Here, now they're not, so we have no reason to stay for very long. We'll probably leave at latest by tomorrow.
oh, by tomorrow?
Yeah.
Looking like.
All right. I might have free time then. Where are you guys staying?
Well, we just got into town, and we just got the things we needed, so nowhere yet. We're gonna go find a place here in a momentarily.
DM, do I have a recommendation for them?
Or does Falbin have a recommendation?
Actually, DM, I have an idea. Remember how we said I was going to be doing pit fighting?
Mm-hmm.
From the background, I get free bunk and food for when I, do a game that day. Like
Yeah.
when I'm going to do a fight that day.
That's true.
Could I perhaps discuss with the people organizing the event to give my companions some free room as well?
You could try, yeah, definitely, if you can find a tavern that has pit fighting in it.
I'm fine to fight if they say no.
Is there a location here that I know of that has a?
Does
any
Falbin
sort of
remember
fighting?
any of them? Any of the seedier bars that do pit fighting?
It doesn't even have to be legal.
It is legal actually in this city. Pit fighting is a fully allowed as long as it's managed by the organization that runs it, which is known as the Orcish Brawling Institute. That
OBI.
Yep.
The Opus.
Yeah, they run and organize all pit fighting in the human lands, personally. And you are a member of OBI. You gained your membership a while back, and you paid your dues. So theoretically, any tavern or inn that is available that has a pit to fight in, you could gain full room and board. In this case,
know any off the bat.
You've been here for about a month. You know most of them come from the poorer districts because that typically, or closer to the docks. And Falbin, it's about the same for you. It's mostly around the docks that you are familiar with seeing these pit fields.
I'd say we could go out on the docks. The guards patrol there more often because the merchants that leave the city would rather have the goods protected than the poor.
That sounds like a good idea.
And Vasul returns after releasing the woman. She's no longer a hostage.
I also know that they do patrol there at night more times than not too, keeping an eye on things. So it is truly the safer option. And we can just buy a wagon on our way out of town and pick up the horses to go with it then.
Well,
where are we gonna put this?
It's all currently on Vasul's elephant.
I said this giant elephant is just following you guys around.
Where are we putting the elephant, Falbin? That's what I'm asking.
I look him in the eyes and I simply go, well, most inns and taverns have stables to suit every animal. If one does not have one to suit this, then they have to cover the interest of storing it elsewhere.
This elephant is 10 foot tall, by the way.
Which is the best thing about cities. Or we can go rent a storehouse.
Wait,
and get
did you just say
get us registered with the Merchant Guild.
Don't you have plate?
No, for my elephant.
Oh, we don't need plate for the elephant. Fuck off.
I want plate for my elephant one day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where have I been staying for the most part, and where have I been doing my fighting? Because I would imagine if I'm staying here for 2 months, I would have been doing my job, which is.
You spent most of your time down in the poorer districts, going from tavern to tavern to win prize money. Because eventually, after you win so many rounds, they stop betting out as well on you. So you kind of switch it up every once in a while, finding where the nobles like to go and kind of dredge along.
Okay.
Plus, the Port District has many merchants that love to loosely spend coin once they're drunk.
There is, yes. The Port District does have a higher quality payout, but the opponents, in your experience, are much tougher, and typically are known to be, most of them, adventurers themselves.
Sure. I mean, I'll go to my preferred one then. The one that I've enjoyed the most while being here.
Okay, so that would be called the Orc's Tooth. Which is
before we go in there,
tavern
I make sure everybody looks at the
sign.
rabbit banner.
Oh, okay.
Everybody, you now have inspiration.
Yes, that is literally his item. The merchant guild here that's located is actually the only representation of the merchant guild is the Whores Union in this area. The main guild location was actually back in the city of Adara in the nobleman's district, but the only way to get into there was to already be registered.
Yep.
So yes, you can go to the local Whores Union on the docks and see if you can have a representative sign on for you. You will know that it takes around 3,000 gold pieces to register any merchant company.
Uh,
Are you wearing a choker?
No.
Oh no! For a second, oh, it was a shadow. Okay. I was about to say, Cameron. Damn.
I would wear a choker.
We know, Trent.
Do it.
I won't register with the Whores Union. I know it'd be better just to register with the government under my own name.
That's true.
As that run me smoother, and I wouldn't be subsidiary to anybody.
It's not registering with them. They have their own. They have a branch of the merchant, the general merchant guilds. Here, it's just ran by the Whores Union because they run this city basically. So you can sign on and have a valid license anywhere you go. It's expensive wherever you are. It's the same
I let
price.
the others know that that's what we're gonna have to do sooner rather than later. The other two that are gonna be going in with me.
I will mention this. Falbin would know that by registering an actual guild, like a merchant company, he will have access to getting higher grades on his merchant company. So you start out at F rank and all the way up to S plus. S plus allows you access to some of the not only very valuable information about the world, but also the whereabouts of items that you're looking for, people, pretty much anything the Merchant Guild trades in, which is just about everything.
That is very beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yep.
Already, we're splitting costs like we agreed.
Yep, 1,500 each, huh?
We'll take some time when we end up at the end to write out a contract with calligraphy.
Okay, so where are you heading first, the tavern or the guild?
We'll head to the guild first, get signed up real quick, and head to the tavern.
Okay. So as you start walking with this giant elephant stamping behind Vasul the entire time. Again, this is a 10-foot tall elephant. This thing's even taller than Vasul.
I'm gonna ride him.
Oh,
Is it taller than me?
By a lot. You don't even make it up to its knee joint at this point.
No, from what you said, it's double his height.
Yeah.
I'm 5'4".
Vasul suddenly breaks out in perfect common singing.
Falbin starts playing the flute along with it.
God. As you guys head towards more towards the docks, eventually you come across a very large building. This building has two very thick marble pillars with fully naked women basically carved into them. And of course above it says the Whores Union headquarters. Yep.
Don't these people get cold without all these with no clothes on?
I look at this old deadpan and go, I know, I once tried to put towels on them, but Naza yelled at me.
You would.
And
You would.
with that, Falbin remembers that Naza also wasn't wearing clothes during this interaction.
She also walks around naked, so we might see her in there. Don't comment.
What's wrong with that?
Don't comment.
You
Falbin
suddenly
having
see a very...
just when he
You
from
see,
when he did it once and got launched through a wall.
you see a very large Goliath come walking down completely in the nude, walking past you lot.
He knows what's up.
He gives a thumbs up
Falbin
and
just
continues.
walks in.
Okay, as you head up the marble stairs, heading into these two giant doors made of almost solid glass, you push the doors aside and open. It's almost like a fancy bank or government bank. Full on tiled floors with beautiful engravings into it. You see the Whores Union emblem on there, or on the floor, and you see two rather large oak desks that are kind of pushed together with one being a woman sitting at the desk wearing a full normal suit, almost nobleman's clothing, and the other being a very large red orc sitting in the other chair, kind of watching you lot.
Do I know which one I have to walk up to sign up with just the guilds?
No, you remember walking in here and kind of having Naza doing all the talking. There were different people at the time. This building was a lot more shambled, stuff like that.
I walk up to the woman.
That will still go wrong.
Okay. As you walk up to this woman, you recognize her. It's Naza. Fully clothed.
I'm fully dressed for once. My gods.
She looks at you, Felbin, and goes, "Aren't you supposed to be dead?"
We kept it alive.
I nearly did. I got kidnapped, but that's beside the point.
Again?
I'm here to sign up as a merchant company.
Wait, what did I get myself
Yes,
into
except
here?
this time I did what you taught me. I put a price on if they were gonna rape me. I put a price on it. Then they didn't want to.
That does make
I'm
sense.
gonna talk to Naza and say, I know, we thought he was gonna die too, but you did ask us to look after him.
What did I get myself into?
She looks over at Aiden and goes, "This is the worst merchant I've ever trained."
Friend, you could work for me.
But you have heard of him.
Here, one sec. Let me fix my camera. There we go.
Fulvin just sighs and goes,
merchant I've ever seen.
I do better as a tradesman than a merchant. I know.
Naza nods. Violently.
I don't make a good profit, but I do make people happy. I understand that, Nazit, but
You see the
here-
the large red orc look over at you and wink when you say that.
I give him a wink back and say, "It's too much for you right now. You need to."
But Naza looks at you and goes, "So what can I do you for? Are you looking
We're
for
here to
something?"
sign up under as a merchant company.
When
He
did you
winks
get
just a
that
little bit.
kind of gold?
He didn't. I
He
did.
didn't. We
I
did.
look back at those two. I'm writing up a contract. These two will be the co-owners
Your
with
benefit.
me.
You did hear the part about worst trained, right?
Yeah, I'll be doing the trading.
They'll be doing everything but the talking to people.
Okay. She looks at you and goes, let me get out the paperwork, and she reaches down into a really large box and pulls out this massive stack of papers. It's about 60 papers thick, and goes, "I'll need all this filled out in triplicate."
Falwyn takes a deep breath and
Falwyn
gets
deals-
to work,
Okay.
filling it out under Naz's close supervision so he doesn't screw anything up.
Oh, Naza's not even paying attention to you. She's staring at Aiden.
Filling it out under Voss's close supervision.
Yeah.
Can I help
I
you?
am normal to paperwork because of the fucking
Yep.
group I'm part of. This is normal.
Using calligraphy to sign where it's needed.
Naza looks at Aiden and goes, "I've never seen someone of your great stature before."
Oh no.
Is that,
You've
a,
been,
is that a height joke?
been complimented.
She looks at you and goes, "Someone as mighty as yourself truly must be the envy of all battlefields."
Clearly, I'm a little taken aback at the comment because I've never been complimented like this before. Clearly,
Falbin without skipping a beat and looking up from the paper. Don't try and sleep with him yet.
I've never been with someone so self-esteemed.
You know what? I just look back at Aiden and go, if you wanted to have it, she's offering. Go quickly.
Hopefully it's not as quick as he's thinking.
Aiden, you know what makes everyone feel great after it? How would you like a piece of
Just remember, she's a succubus.
As Voss pulls out a bag of chocolates. They're all individually wrapped. They're actually really shiny and pretty looking. You've never seen candy like this
I
before.
look at those and I look at Naza and I go, that bag, you told me never to touch it.
I can use a piece of chocolate. I grab a piece of chocolate and eat it.
Okay. Give me a moment. Let me get my loot table
better not
up.
be the-
Oh
it
god,
better not
that just got posted on stream.
What
It
did you just
is-
post on stream?
Well, I still